Hey guys, we've taken our Jeep Gladiator on some pretty crazy trails in the last year, and it had me thinking, as an off-road enthusiast, what would be the first 5 upgrades I'd make to my Jeep Gladiator if I wanted to get the most out of it for off-road. To start, let's talk about one simple upgrade that really helps when you're out on the trail with your friends: a GMRS radio. Many of you may think this is a no-brainer, but we've been on so many trail rides where not a single other person had a radio, it's almost alarming. So many, in fact, that we now have 3 handheld radios people can use when they're on trail rides with us. Having a high-quality radio on the trail is critical to staying in contact with your party and others on the trail. It makes it easy to discuss upcoming obstacles, for spotters to help you navigate through obstacles.
Just take it that speed and I'll cue you which way to go. You're good.
And in some cases, it's required to announce your presence on a particular section of a trail because of the risk of collision. The radios we use are made by Rugged Radios, and they're probably some of the best in the industry for the price. But whoever you choose, it's important to get a high-quality brand of radio. You don't want to be the guy on the trail that makes everyone else's radio sound like this, because you went with the Amazon Special. But the good news is that even these small handheld radios from Rugged run at about $75 each. If your budget allows it, I would highly recommend getting a radio built into your Jeep, like our setup here. You never have to worry about changing batteries, and these radios typically have a much longer range, sound better, and support a higher amount of channels, which really helps when you're in a congested area like Moab, in the middle of EJS.
Hey, we're turning our radio off. We can't seem to find a channel that doesn't have any people on it.
Having a winch is critical to being self-sufficient on the trail, but a winch for the Gladiator doesn't have to break the bank. Sure, you can go with something fancy like a Warn Xeon Platinum for $2,500, but many guys do just great with a Harbor Freight setup, like us. Ours even has a wireless remote. Depending on your climate, a winch can come in handy for more than just trail use. We've even used ours to help stuck cars during a winter storm. The great news for Rubicon and Mojave owners and potentially lower trim levels is that the stock bumper supports adding this type of winch, so you don't need to spend more money upgrading your bumper. Now let's talk about everyone's favorite upgrade, a lift kit. On the Gladiator, a lift kit is more important than other off-road vehicles because it's got a longer wheelbase. Even with a lift kit, you can sometimes get high-centered on really big obstacles, but a lift kit doesn't have to break the bank. You can do just great with the stock Mopar 2-inch lift. For a little more, you can go with the Metal Cloak 3.5-inch True Dual Rate lift kit, or you can go with the Metal Cloak Game Changer 3.5-inch lift kit. We have a review on our YouTube channel of that exact kit. But if you're on a budget, the Mopar 2-inch lift kit works great, and we've run some pretty extreme trails with that kit. The whole point of the lift kit is to get your truck higher in the air to give you more clearance from obstacles on the ground to the bottom of your frame, and to also help with our next major upgrade. Tires, bigger tires. Tires have a wide variety of advantages, but the biggest one, when you have a larger tire, you get more space between the ground and the axle. The good news is you don't have to have 40s to have a good time. A simple upgrade like going from 33-inch tires to 35s makes that 2-inch lift have an effective additional clearance of 3 inches. And the best part is you don't need to run MTs to have fun. We have 37-inch KO2s that are great. They keep the wife happy on long drives to the adventure, and they provide great off-road handling for getting over the tough obstacles. But you can also go with something like the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss tires, or just go with MTs if you don't care about noise and only want the best performance off-road. Now you've got bigger tires, so let's talk about inflating them. Airing down is a critical part of riding the trails. Even though many of our friends will tell you that we don't air down enough, it's important to be able to air back up when you're finished. So something like an ARB Twin Air would work great. In our case, I went with this budget 12-volt power off-road air pump. It looks exactly the same as the ARB Twin Air, but this one actually died on us in Moab. But what was great is I contacted the company and told them what happened, and they sent me a brand new one. So it remains to be seen if these things are going to last in the long run, but when they do work, they work great. The problem with onboard air and large tires is that you need something powerful enough to inflate them without taking an eternity. Onboard air also helps in the event you lose a tire or if a buddy doesn't have air and you need to assist. It's a great way to ensure that you're self-sufficient and can safely get yourself and your family off the trail and back home. Well guys, what'd you think of our list? I know some of these upgrades are commonly known, but I hope I was able to add some value so that you can better plan on which upgrades you're going to do to your Gladiator next. Also, on our channel, we post awesome videos of our off-road adventures, so if you're into that kind of thing, please go check them out. Thanks so much.